Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me? I'm gonna ask that every time because I'm always worried that I have the settings wrong for my mic. Great. Thanks for joining. How is your painting stuff going? Aw, I'm glad to hear that you're like actually following Netherrealms. It's still a little unreal to me that people actually want to like follow the story sometimes. Oh yeah, I love like finishing something and then coming back to it later just to like give it a final once over, just because it makes me like so much more certain that I've I've like done everything that I can to like make it the best that it can be. So usually I never send anything like right after I finish it. I usually like finish something and then come back to it like a day later or a couple days later. Usually make some final adjustments, or I look at it and I'm like, yep, this is it, and then I can send it over. Yeah, definitely. Like, sometimes I see people saying like, oh, I'm finishing this tonight because the deadline is tomorrow, and then I get all sweaty like, Jesus. How do you manage like sending something without sleeping on it? Well, at least you're aware and like making changes in that sense. That's all we can do. I mean, like if it's just like a tight deadline because of circumstances, then sure, whatever. But like if you can help it, then in my experience, it's a lot nicer on yourself and your work to just take a second and have a second look at that piece that you've been working on. Yeah, exactly. That's great. Padding. So I got asked a question recently where people were like, how do you make sure that you're like on time for stuff, And I was just like, it's usually just on the front end, just making sure that you're like padding your schedule. Because it just prevents so much more stress. Like I usually pad and then I do still run out of time. Can you like, even when I pad, just because shit happens. Oh, that's the one where you thought it was due a week earlier. Well, that's great. I mean, I'm only hearing good things in that situation, right? Except for like the momentary stress, but at least you can like deflate at the end and be like, oh, okay, it's not as bad as I thought it was. Oh man. Okay, that sucks. That sucks. I'm getting into the process of inking again. Jeez, it's been a while. But it's going okay so far. It's been, yeah. I've been like happy with the progress. I'm not sure if you like read any of the posts, but I've commented a couple times on like how I'm really proud of what the inking looks like, or what the pages look like from like page 1 compared to page, what was the last one? I think it was page 7. No, 11 or something already. Where it's just like a night and day difference. And I'm so happy with that, because it was really awkward for me at first, where it was like, geez, I'm not sure if like comic making is really for me, and I know I can do like color and shapes and compositions and whatever, but I don't know if I can like do it in a comic format. And that kind of like solidified it for me that, with time, like nothing's perfect, but with time, I'll be able to learn and make this my own as well. So pretty proud of that, and I'm really happy of that, because this scene that I'm starting with right now actually gets into a dream scene. So we're like starting to get into like the nice absurdist type of stuff, that from dreams, where you're like, oh yeah, well, I was dreaming it. This was really logical, but then when you wake up, you're like, what? Have you ever tried to tell your dreams to someone else, like your partner, when you wake up, like, oh, I had the weirdest dream, and it makes no sense, kind of like that. So I was explaining this scene to my husband, and he was like, what the hell is happening? Ah, thanks. I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm really like, this whole story has been like cooking for so long. Like, I started the first sketches for this like 10 years ago, so I'm really glad that it's just finally like getting out there, I guess. And I feel like with all the stuff that's been happening with in like the art communities and stuff, it feels like, I don't know, somehow it really feels like I'm doing this for me, but also for like the genuine connection that it seems to make with people, which is just really, really satisfying compared to like trying to participate in that rat race of trying to do commission work and stuff. So that's been really satisfying. So far I'm really glad that I made time for the project like this. I hope I'll be able to do it a lot longer and like actually finish the story. So I'm not sure how many pages the story actually has, but it's kind of like a Disney movie in comic format. So I think I calculated once that it would be like 600 to 900 pages or something for this. And I'm on which page is this? 22. So I've got a while to go, but it's okay. It's okay. Slow and steady. Yeah, exactly. And like my reference point is like the old webcomics, where you were just like following them for years. And I think this one is different in the sense that I'm not pantsing the story. Do you know that definition? Where it's like there's like I think it was like planners and pantsers, where people are just writing by the seat of their pants and making it up as they go along. And this whole story is just like fleshed out and done. But I love just like being a part of the community and reading along with stories for years, basically, because it really felt like a part of the routine to just like on Wednesday evenings you would, go to that website and read the comic, and you'd have another page, and that would be the thing for Wednesday evening. Yeah, exactly. You definitely want to enjoy the process. And I have to say that streaming is making like the process a lot more enjoyable. Just because it's really fun like interacting with people and seeing how like they interpret the story and what's happening, and the characters. Like honestly, I never. We've already talked about like shipping Red and Blue together, where I'm like, they're brothers, and then somebody else was like, yeah, but that never stopped the internet. It was like, I had to laugh because, of course, that's true. Like, let's be honest, I would be flattered if people started shipping characters of mine together. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like the Netherrealms account, it was my general art account for a while, so I might have forced a lot of people into following Netherrealms, whether they wanted to or not, if they wanted to like follow my art. But a lot of people have stayed so far, so they haven't been walking away in droves. Though honestly, I'm not sure how many of my followers I've been reaching anyway. Lately. Thanks. Yeah, do you, have I ever shown, hold on. So, there's this, comic creator that I really admire. Comic.com. Let me show you. Archive. So, this is like my inspiration for like really making sure that every scene has, a really clear, or at least every page has a really clear color scheme. This is Dershing-Helmer's comic Mamata Internum. It's finished, so you can read the whole thing if you want to. But it's just like beautiful stuff, and it's so clear. Like, this is clearly a totally different time, setting, whatever, and it just looks absolutely lovely, and everything just meshes so well together. So this is kind of like my goal, I guess, if we're talking about like comic page coloring and stuff. Just because it's like it's so pleasing to look at all the thumbnails, and I think it communicates really clearly what the characters are feeling and stuff. So yeah. definitely goals. And that's like, you can already, that's why I said like I'm proud of how the comic is progressing, because if you look at these pages, like the first couple pages, compared to this next scene, it's already like night and day difference in terms of like how cohesive everything is. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, I mean some people like work really well with like just experimenting and stuff. And of course I experiment, but I do really like having goals to work towards, just because it helps me know, it helps me be satisfied with results, or be motivated to like continue working on it. Otherwise it's so like, you know, flailing your arms, like what am I doing? Am I done? I don't know. So yeah, I definitely like making mood boards, having deadlines, that kind of stuff. Oh, this scene is actually close to home. These are New Zealanders that I'm drawing, actually, instead of Dutchies. My in-laws, they went to New Zealand last year. So when I was like looking for inspiration for like the characters, I decided to, because I wanted it to be in like a different country from the Netherlands and like pretty far away. So I was like, well, they went here, so I could take some inspiration from that. And this, like, I built a 3D scene for like the backgrounds and stuff, so I don't have to draw them by hand, because I don't like to. And this house and this neighborhood is actually based on a B&B where they actually stayed. I think it was like one of the first B&Bs they went to in New Zealand. Man, I'd love to travel there myself one time. From what I've been hearing and seeing, it's definitely a lovely country. The same for Australia, honestly. If we ever go that way, I will try to like do a dual travel, you know, where we like do New Zealand and Australia at the same time, just because it's such a long way. Yeah, I will definitely. I think Sydney, you know, if we ever went to Australia, we'll probably go to Sydney. Because you can't skip the capital, right? Yeah, I love doing that. Like, we were in Greece last year, and I met someone at Trojan Horse Was a Unicorn, which is like a convention here in Europe. And so I messaged them, like, I think on the plane or like heading there, saying like, hey, we're going to Greece. Do you happen to be in Athens? Or, and she was like, yeah, I can show you around. So that worked out perfectly. And we met up for dinner, and that was a great time. It's a really fun way to see people again. And also to like get to know the country from like a local perspective. Because obviously locals have the best tips. Aren't they? What's your view on kangaroos? Are they like a pest, or are they special, or are they like super normal, like dogs? Exciting but normal. Because I've heard that there are plenty of kangaroos in Australia, like too many almost. Yeah, I can't imagine, like, if they were in the city, then people would also, like, or the city would make sure that they'd be gone, because I can't imagine with, like, all the cars and stuff, that they would be a hazard for any traffic. Yeah, gosh, I would love to see one in real life. I have the same thing with like elk, where it's like once you see them in real life, or once you realize how big they are, you're like, oh, I never realized how massive these creatures are. You think like, oh, they're pony sized, but nope, they're bigger than a horse. Yeah, I can. Though I think, Australia, New Zealand and stuff, they kind of, you guys kind of have like a, what's it called? Like a patent on amazing creatures that you see nowhere else in the world. Which is why I'd really love to visit, like, I love to see all that unique stuff. I know we're all supposed to, like, fly less and travel less and that kind of stuff, but I'm kind of, like, on the fence about that, because I do think that traveling brings a lot of perspective to a lot of people, especially, like, getting to know other cultures, other people, how they live and that kind of stuff. So it's a tough one for me. I definitely feel like we need to mind the environment, but on the other hand, it also brings a lot of perspective to people's lives, which makes them more willing to mind the environment. Yeah, definitely. I think I did have that in the States, where like we went to visit and then we went to New York, and I was like, it's exactly like the movies. This is so weird. Usually you go somewhere like, I don't know, Turkey, Greece, whatever, And it's never really like that movie experience. But with New York, I was really like, oh, yep, this is exactly like the movies. It's so weird. Have you been? Yeah, I mean, if you say it really is, then you probably have, but has it been a long time? Oh, nice. I'd love to go back again, too. Are you going to a different part of the country? Or specifically New York? Oh, man. So you've been waiting for this trip a long time. 3 years. Whoa. LA and New York together, honestly, is already a lot, in my opinion. I've been, well, 3 times now, actually. Because I went once with my parents when I was 18. And then I went twice with my husband. But we've always done, like, the first time was, like, which coast is this? West Coast, like San Francisco, LA stuff. And then the second time, we went to visit like old family friends. And that was on East Coast, and then we went West Coast again. But I feel like you're very, I wouldn't say ambitious is the right word, because you're doing it and you'll be fine doing it, but you know what I mean. It's a tall order. Like, it's a lot to do both New York and LA, in my opinion. But I wish you lots of fun in case, we don't get to talk about it anymore before you go. Man, that's the worst. When I always get like FOMO when we go somewhere, it's like, oh, but that's cool, and that's cool, and that would be also cool, and that's also cool, and I also want to do that. It's like, okay, can we stay here for like 3 more months? Because we're not done yet. Yeah, definitely. I don't really have like tips for LA, because I only was there for like 2 days for CTNX back in 2017. But for New York, I think one of the most surprising things that we did was like, oh, what's it called? Like, it's a walkway that's above the city on an old tram line, but it's like a garden, a public garden. Tram. Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I went to CTN. I was able to go to CTN because we wanted to go to the States anyway. So we kind of like, we did a 3-week trip before CTN, and then ended in LA for CTN. And then that was like a couple more days, and then we flew home. But I haven't been since because I do think it's too expensive. I can't afford it to like go back and forth just for the just for like a convention. It was a couple days. The High Line. Okay, so this was like one of my favorite like surprising places in New York. It was just like really nice, relaxing. Some some cool New York vibes, but then also some nature stuff. So if you're going and you have the time, I can recommend this. What else? I think I would have more tips for like San Francisco. We had some really good cornbread there, but I'm not sure if I'd be able to find the restaurant again. Line isn't really landing how I want it to. There we go. him with like long hair like this always kind of make me think of Tarzan. Especially when you're like start overthinking things. Where it's like, oh, I knew how to do this. I knew I wanted this line here, but why doesn't it look like I wanted it to? Maybe it's too. What time is it? Like, where you are right now? Maybe it's just a matter of like exhaustion. I've had so many times. Well, we talked about it just like 15 minutes ago. Where like sometimes something just clicks when you sleep on it and get back to it. Yeah, exactly. Almost bedtime. We switched to daylight savings time this weekend, and it's been more annoying than I wanted it to be honest. Yeah, if it were up to me, I think we'd just do away with the time differences and pick one. I don't really care if it's one or the other, to be honest, but just pick one. Though the same with travel, like if you're if the flights are like annoying in some way, then oh my gosh. If you have to like wait a really long time before you can go to sleep or something. Oh. It's time for my break. Almost. I just want to finish this hand. Not yet. me just snoozing away at my mandatory break timer. Hold on for 10 seconds. There we go. Alright, my computer is telling me it's time for a break. So I'm gonna take a break for like, I don't know, 5 minutes I think, and then I will be back. Oops. Oh, and I'll just run an ad so the pre-roll ads go away. Alright, I'll see you in a couple minutes. All right. You're a trooper. Jeez. I always like stop painting around like 7 or 8 or so because I know I won't be able to sleep. Like my mind will still be racing when I go to bed. So I think you're very brave for going on as long as you have. Hey, Nika, how's it going? Glad to see you here. Because Veronica was about to head to bed. Party time with the 3 of us. That's true. 3 people can be a party. We were talking about parties like, I don't know, some stream a while ago where we were like, let's just make our own party because we don't like the parties that other people throw because there's like too much booze and staying up late and that kind of stuff. Oh no, I did it again. Oh, I inked on the pencil layer. Those are the best parties. Let's see. Oh man. I hope this will be easy enough to... Oh, let's see. Okay. Oh, there's blue in there too. Guess I'll just... Man! What shall I do? I don't really want to redo it because I like the result. Can I... You'd think, because this is a vector layer, that it would be easier to select, but apparently it isn't. Guess I'll redo it. Well, right now, I'm redoing a friggin' panel because I went and drew on the wrong layer. Yeah, first stream back. Glad to be back. Still need to get back some regulars, I think. But, you know, we'll get there. For now, I'll just be here and draw and just be happy to be making headway with the comic and have the company of Suki and you. We were talking about like traveling, which got me excited. So yeah, all things considered, not bad. How have you been? We were briefly discussing kangaroos. The merits and downfalls of kangaroos. No. Oh man, I'm sorry. Is it like being sick just sucks? Like any kind of sick just drains away so much energy. Oh. When's the deadline? Do you have to like, is it like another week of hard work, or is it just getting through today and then you can chill? Oh, okay. Unless they want fixes. Okay. But maybe then you can just be upfront about like being sick. Maybe? So at least meet your deadline? Oh, okay. And well, I wish you a speedy recovery and lots of chicken soup after this. You still got a week though. You don't think a week will be enough? Oh, what day is it? Is it? Oh, 28th. Okay. Yeah, 29th or no, 28th. Almost 29th. Yeah, okay. I get it. I lost track of the days, apparently. My bad. Okay, now it's also like clicking for me while you're still up at like almost midnight working on your piece. So many things are falling into place now. What's that? I know it's like a Dutch proverb, but I'm not sure if it's like an English one too, where it's like, oh man, like being in pain together is like half the pain. Hey, Yithian, how's it going? We're just chatting about deadlines here. Glad to see you. No. It's like it's half the pain. It's like it's better. Like it's more. It's easier to be in pain together because then you can like wallow in misery together. That's the proverb, anyway. Thank God it's not double the pain. Yeah, exactly. Oh, this sucks, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Okay, now it sucks a little less. Honestly, I mean, just speaking your mind about how much something sucks just helps sometimes. Sometimes, not always. Like sometimes it's just like, geez, stop whining, just do the work. Oh, is that the actual saying? That sounds really good. That sounds way better than whatever I just described in English. Oh, Yithian, I got the app to work. It's like I need to just like set up all the art and then it's ready for takeoff. I am so excited. And Veronica, Nika, you're maybe not in the loop, but like I've been working on an app for the Dungeons and Dragons art packs. And I've been like asking all my friends, like, do you know web developer? Because I got like a prototype from someone back in August, and I wasn't able to actually get it to work in the way I needed to for my art packs. But thanks to the help of my friend Aryan, he like fixed it for me this weekend. And yesterday a bit. He did a bit on it yesterday too. And it's got like a randomize button, and it's so usable. It's like usable on like desktop and mobile devices too. And it's going to make it so much easier to use for everyone involved. And I'm so excited. It did. I definitely could not have like done it on my own though. Like the stuff that he did. was like beyond me. But yeah, I'm really excited about that, and I'm just like, whenever I get the time this week, I'm gonna be setting up the whole thing and making it available for everyone who's already bought the packs anyway. And then I might, like, Lois had the idea of actually giving people a trial run, in the sense that, like, there would be like a few options available for people who haven't bought the packs, but then, you know, they'd just be able to try out the packs with like a couple of the assets. And then if they like it, they can maybe buy the full pack. So I want to set that up too, and that's going to be a lot easier with the app. So yeah, I am so excited. What's this music? Oh, of course it's Thomas Ferguson. Is it on the list or is it suggested? No, it's on the list. Is it though? Wait, where is it? Oh, there it is. Yep, it is. I'm reading The Wolf of Oren-Yaro right now. It's pretty cool so far. It's kind of, the music was kind of reminding me of that. That's why I mentioned it. Have we got the thing? We've got the thing again. Good. Crisis averted. No more inks on the pencil layer. If any of you ever played Beat Saber, this is like one of my favorite songs to play on there. I should actually play it sometime again. Oh yeah. Oh, that was a fun one too. That one was kind of hard though, right? I remember because eventually I would play them. What are the difficulty levels again? Eventually I would play some on like superstar instead of like hard or something. Um, but I think pop stars was pretty pretty difficult on expert. It was. Thanks for joining, Veronica. I appreciate you taking out the time from your from your so close to your deadline to join me on the stream. See you around. External sanity, like me going like, no, this is the wrong layer. I think um, I was surprised at how motivated I was to still play Hades after beating it the first time. But the storyline really like keeps you drawn in. I think I'm almost like at the end of the storyline. And knowing myself, I'm probably at that point going to lose interest in it because I feel like though to be honest, I have put on God mode at the end after beating it once just because I wanted to like get through the storyline and not focus so much on like the fighting anymore because it's more fun to just smash everything up than to die all the time. Oh my gosh, guys. Why is our work bringing us so much stress? It should be fun. Never finishing things. A few actually, I think I did the same with Breaking Bad. I don't think I ever saw like the ending. I think, yeah, I don't remember seeing the ending. I think at one point, because like in the old days, you know, I was like waiting to be able to watch like the next series, like the next season or something, or the next couple episodes, and then it would take a while, and you'd not like get the news somehow that there were new episodes out, and then you'll lose interest or something. Or maybe like not being able to like find the right files to download or something. I'm not sure what, but I've had a few of those where I really had to search, like, I think I had the same with Suits at the time or something, where you had like a hiatus, or I couldn't find like the right things, and then it was too much of an effort to kind of like find out where I had left off, because I'd have to like rewatch episodes to see like, had I seen this yet? And then I lost interest. That's my excuse. Let me put it like that. Which is a shame, right? I mean, that's why I'm kind of like telling myself, like, hurry the fuck up with those with like the Kickstarter for like the new art pack, because I'm kind of like, I don't want to wait too long with that, because people are gonna lose interest. But you know, it's annoying because it's not up to me for the most part. Oh, all right, Yithian. See you later. Thanks for dropping in. Nika, did you ever end up like using Blender for reference, or no? Was it just DAZ for you? Ah, okay. Well, if you ever get to that point, then I have some tips for like plugins and stuff, because I don't know if you've like seen it on Discord, but I've been complaining about like the workflow for characters, like getting DAZ characters into Blender just to be able to like combine them easily with like environment stuff that I made personally, like because I don't model in DAZ personally. But I was complaining before about like how getting the models into Blender and like posing them and stuff is really cumbersome, but a new version of the plugin that I've been using has really made that a lot easier, and I'm so happy right now that I don't have to like puzzle with like getting cameras matched up and stuff. It's making it a lot easier to get my reference set up faster. It took some extra time out of like the concepting phase for this scene, because I was like messing with that for like 2 days to get it all set up. But now I kind of like get where I'm going with this, and it should speed up the process. But that's why it did take me like a little bit longer than I wanted to actually get back to streaming. Thanks. Good to be back. I'm back with my hot dogs. I'm not sure. I hope they're recognizable as soon as I eat them, because I said to my husband, like, look, they're hot dogs. And he was like, they're dogs? What? He thought, I don't know what he thought it was, but he didn't think they were hot dogs. Oh man, I really hope they're clear once I finish drawing. I got lazy on the reference there, like, or impatient, let me say. I was like, I gotta move on with this, so I just looked up some pictures instead of like figuring out the 3D stuff. I don't know. It feels like an excuse, doesn't it? Like, shouldn't that stuff be clear from the lines? Whatever, it's clear to me. Hopefully with the ink, it'll be clearer still. I got to look up the cutest reference though. Look. Hold on. Where's my mouse? There, my mouse. Where is it? Here it is. So many hot dogs. Apparently they also have hot dog races. Oh, wait. Behind the text now. There we go. Right? Especially this one. That's why I was so excited about this scene, just because it's starting to get into that like absurdist area where you're like trying to explain your dream to someone, but it's like, what the hell? Because it's a dream. So the concept is that like the dream concept is that he's roasting hot dogs because that's the way you get puppies. Because later on in the scene, he picks up his kid and like hands them a hot dog, but then it's like an actual dog that's like a pet for later. Which is absurd, but I guess that's like dreams for you. So instead of like going to a breeder, you go to the supermarket, get some hot dogs, put them on a barbecue, and then you have a dog. This is what my dreams are like. Maybe you guys' dreams make more sense, but this is what my dreams are like. Okay, good. I'm not the only one. Yeah, exactly. And they make so much sense at the time, and then you wake up and you try to explain them to somebody, and you're like, well, but this happened and this happened, and I think somehow it was logical that we could we were underwater but we were above water at the same time. What's the weirdest dream you've ever had? If you're if you're comfortable telling us about it, telling me about it. Yeah. That sounds like dream material. You're just lazy. I wish that were true. I would love to be able to fly. Alright, my computer is telling me it's time for a break again, so I guess I'll start my break. Yeah. Hold on, where's the stream? I'm gonna eat my... I love that. I dreamt, so there's this book. I'm not sure if it was like an international book or like a typical Dutch book, but like all the kids read it in here in Holland, I think. And it was like about a spitting contest. So I dreamt that I was like in a spitting contest in my dream, but then I was having a sleepover as some of my one of my friends, and I actually you can guess it. I like spit in my dream. So I have like spit on my pillow just because I was dreaming so vividly. Oh my gosh, that stuff. So it's extra funny when getting headbutted by your brother or that kind of stuff translates over into dreams and vice versa. That's funny. All right, I'll be right back. I need some more tea. Have I ever dreamed of a story character? That's a good question. I think the story has been like done for so long that I'm not really sure. I think a lot of the story is just like a culmination of my experiences with dreams and the way I feel when I wake up. 'Cause it's like whenever I dream like really vividly, it can definitely like influence my day. You know, I can really wake up and be cranky or sad or angry or really happy, based on like a dream that I had. I usually don't really like paint. I don't think my dreams make enough sense for me to like make actually like anything concrete out of that. I tried painting one of my dreams once. That was ages ago. Like I think that was 10 or 15 years ago, honestly, but the experience really stuck in my head just because I was so not able to convey in that image what my dream was like. Because it was like about being like in a really large domed something formed out of like natural rock on the beach with lots of sand, and there was something really special about it, but I don't remember what it was. I think the most I have had some dreams that could maybe be classified, that I could maybe draw, but they wouldn't make sense to anybody. You know, I dreamed once that my mom was surfing and I was like on a not like a life raft, but those swimming platforms that they have in the middle of the sea, you know, for you to, or in the middle of a lake or something for you to sit on. But then also the sharks from Finding Nemo were there. But they were, and I think like I was worried that they would like threaten my mom, but then they turned out to be friendly or something. How am I gonna draw that like to make sense? I don't know how I would, or you know. So I guess like Netherrealms is based more on like a feeling of dreams. Because I do feel like a lot of the times they are about like being uncomfortable, and about danger in some sense. Because I have a couple of dreams that I remember really vividly. That's the one with my mom that really stuck with me over the years. The one with the dome, like the feeling of that really stuck with me. And then there's one where I was like around a boat, like a tugboat for some reason. And that's where where I said like a couple minutes ago, like you're underwater but you're above water at the same time. That was then. And I sometimes I like try to explain that to people, and it doesn't make sense. But it's always like this some kind of feeling of like danger or discomfort or whatever. I rarely remember really happy dreams. I lost like my last childhood stuffed animal, or not stuffed, like the doll that I always had. And then I remember like one day waking up from the dream and like looking around me because I dreamt that I got her back. And I was like sitting up in my bed like, where is she? Where is she? And then I couldn't find her anymore. And that was me for the rest of the day. I was so sad. Yeah. That was a really sad day. Yeah, I was like, when I lost that doll, I was inconsolable. Definitely. So it felt like a miracle that that's one of the happy dreams that I remember, but then it was also like followed by a lot of disappointment. Oh man. So yeah, I weirdly enough, like I love dreams and I love dreaming. I love the concept of stories and dreams, but weirdly enough, I do not associate dreams with happiness. Personally. What about you? Do you have any happy dreams? Or like really interesting ones or really cool ones? Right. But even fascinating, like as long as it's I don't know, like a positive. I'd be interested to know about like any positive feelings in that sense, I guess. Whoa, that is really cool. Wow. And you're able to like remember them and kind of like make sense of them? Sorry, I'm just in the meantime I'm just looking up more dog pictures. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna ask, like, did you write them down? Well, then you've been able to do more with your dreams than I have in that sense. I think I've been dreaming like a lot of very normal stuff lately. Mostly like scary. I think the scariest um the scariest dream I've had in like the past year or so was like literally being like ripped limb from limb by a T-Rex. That was pretty scary. Sometimes I'm not. I think I don't know. This was like around a time where somehow my mind was focused on dinosaurs, but I'm not sure why. Oh, really? A lot of dinosaur dreams. Are you very focused on dinosaur in your waking hours? Jeez. It's like, let's not overstate their importance in my life. Weird. Weird. Why does your brain consider dinosaurs so important? There we go. Time for some toe beads. Wait, but like a childhood obsession as in like a fear obsession or a just a fascination obsession? I mean, then why would they be like associated with your fears? That makes no sense to me. Maybe they're associated with your core fascinations. Have you been to, I think we talked about this. Have you been to Netherrealms? I think so. Yeah. Because you went for your birthday. That sounds very, very psychoanalytical of you. Man, I love Netherrealms. What do dog paws look like? Yeah, you never do that, don't you? I mean, sometimes like I talk to people who do not like to reflect on themselves, on their own behavior, on their feelings and stuff, and I would also always prefer people who actually aren't afraid to think about, themselves and their thoughts over people who avoid all that stuff. So ponder away as far as I'm concerned, because, well, I do the same, so I might just be biased. Jeez, I'm like, will I draw this dog head from below from just some weird ass or some random ass pictures, or am I actually gonna look up some reference? I think I should be able to find some. There we go. Yeah, let me ask for some Tinkerbell dust too, so I can wish really hard. Aw, man, these dogs are so cute though. I think sausage dogs might be a good dog for us in terms of like size for our house and the amount of exercise they need and stuff. Yeah. I think with like corgi, I think I'm like a little worried about like their nipping behavior. Wait, what is it? Not or now? Oh, not. Okay, it's not. I get it now. But yeah, like corgis, like if it was just gonna be like adults, then corgi, fine. I'm just wondering about like a corgi's nipping behavior towards like children, because I do know that can be an issue, and I'm just wondering, for us as like first time dog, like I know everything is trainable, but like for us as first time dog owners, if it wouldn't be smarter to go with a dog that, you know, I know Dachshunds, like, they burrow, but you know, that's not really a threat to kids or something, or like an annoyance, so. Plus they're like easy. Like I have this fantasy where, you know, if we were, once we're working, if we were to have like a dog like that we'd just take the dog with us to our work rooms during the day usually, or like at least part of the day, so the dog won't be alone, because we'll be sitting upstairs all the time. But of course, like, walking stairs is really bad for dogs, so it would be nice to have something that's like easily carried, like a sausage dog. Because I remember a family friend, she had a Labrador, and eventually his hips kind of gave out, so she had to like carry him up and down the stairs because the living room was upstairs. And that was a big effort. Yeah, sausage, they are adorable. Like really sassy too, I think. Oh wait, I'm not doing that right. Am I? No. When I was doing the comic making class, the videos were done by Montero, I think. I can't remember the name. Anyway, he was so amazing that he like did a really rough sketch, like even rougher than these dogs that I sketched here, and then he would like ink right over them. he'd be like, it's a waste of my time to pencil stuff, and I need to get stuff done fast, so I just do the inking right over. And I was like, jeez. I'd love to get to a point like that. Though the question is, if you ever will, of course. This is Thomas Bergerson. Blackheart. Two Steps from Hell. This is like one of the classics that I've been listening to for I don't know, 5 years, 10 years or something. Wait, is this the song you were asking about, or am I like seeing this too late? Yeah, there's a couple of them in here. The like Spotify recommendation feature has actually been pretty good in terms of like getting me to listen to like different artists and stuff. Especially since it just like finishes the playlist and then goes on to play more kinds of songs. So there's a couple of them in there that have actually been suggested by Spotify that I had not known about myself before hearing them on here. All right, that's the page done. I think I'm gonna call it a day since it's nearly 5 anyway. And I have some other stuff I need to do. Yeah, thanks for coming by again. It's really fun chatting. Yeah, it'll be, I'll be here for a couple weeks. Couple weeks at least before I need to. I'll try and have some more pages ready before finishing these. That's my goal, to have like pages finished to go before I finish these on stream, so I can just kind of like keep going with maybe like a 2-week pause in between or something, maybe, instead of, I don't know, when was the last stream, like a couple months ago? Too long anyway. Thanks for being here, and I'll talk to you later.